Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a closer look at the Zowie ZA13-DW, Zowie's wireless version of their classic ZA shape. In the box you get the mouse itself and two receivers, the standard one and the upgraded receiver that supports up to 4000 Hz polling, a USB-C cable and two extra sets of PTFE skates. The upgraded receiver is worth mentioning because it doesn't just give you access to higher polling rates. It also doubles as a charging station for the mouse, which I personally really like. It keeps your setup a bit cleaner and makes topping up the battery simple and quick. Out of the box, the white skates are installed on the mouse and they are on the faster side. The black ones included are more control oriented, which is nice if you prefer more stability during precise movements. And while they are pretty good, I would say they are not as premium as some aftermarket options or the ones you will find on Lamsu's lineup. And the black ones included are more control oriented, which I think is a nice touch, but personally I didn't use them. The mouse itself weighs 65 grams, which is light, but definitely not ultra light compared to today's market. It also uses the Pixat 3395 sensor, and as you would expect from Zowie, it's all plug and play. There's no software needed, you can change DPI, debounce and polling rates right on the mouse. Also, the build quality is what you would expect from Zowie. It's absolutely rock solid. There's no creaking, no flags, and everything feels very tight and well put together. Also, I'm quite a big fan of the coating. It's smooth with a slightly crispy texture and it definitely feels very premium, but compared to newer coatings from brands like Lamsu again, it's a bit of a fingerprint magnet and can feel a little bit sticky during longer sessions if your hands run warm. As for the main clicks, it uses Huano Blue Shell pink dots. They feel consistent and I would call it secure, but compared to modern optical switches or other mice that use the same switches, they have quite a bit of pre-travel and feel less spammable. So if you're used to a sharper click with a snappy rebound, you will definitely notice the difference. But for tactical shooters like Valorant or CSGO, they felt absolutely fine. As for the scroll wheel, it feels like something from about 5 years ago. It's loud and chunky, but I actually like the pronounced steps, and the middle clicks feel very satisfying, so this is really a preference thing. The side buttons are also placed really well. If you have a shorter thumb like me, the placement and size, in my opinion, just feels right. Again, they don't feel as premium as what you would expect on some newer mice, but they're responsive and easy to reach. And now the real star of the show, the shape of the ZA13. This mouse is narrow at around 63mm at its widest point and has a pronounced back hump that sits high and towards the rear. That combination of a slim width with a tall back gives you an interesting mix of control and freedom. It kind of reminds me of a OP18K that I've used before, which I struggle to use because of its narrow width, but with the ZA13, the larger back hump provides extra support and makes it feel more comfortable over longer sessions. And as for grip stats, this is definitely a claw grip mouse. If you have small to medium hands, it definitely works really well for both relaxed and aggressive claw. Larger hands can still make it work, but I would say it's not quite as natural. The fingertip is also possible, but in my experience, this shape really shines when your palm has at least some contact with the hump. Performance-wise, the ZA13 is exactly what you would expect from Zowie: consistent, responsive and reliable. At the standard 1000 Hz polling rate, it already feels great, but if you switch to the 4000 Hz with the upgraded receiver, you will definitely get a slightly snappier response, which I really like. To be honest, unless you're very sensitive to input lag or play at the absolute highest competitive level, the difference isn't game changing, but definitely nice to have. So to sum it all up, the ZA13 is very much a classic Zowie experience with a wireless upgrade. The shape is still unique and offers that locked in controlled feel that some players love, including myself, and the build quality is as solid as ever. That said, there are definitely some areas where it feels a bit dated, like the main clicks don't feel as crisp or light as modern optical switches, the scroll wheel is loud and a bit old school, even though it's still functional. And at 65 grams, it's not heavy, but it does take quite some time to get used to it again, especially if you come from a lighter mouse. So who's this mouse for? I would say if you already like the ZA shape or you're looking for a reliable, no-frills wireless gaming mouse with strong fundamentals, this is definitely a great option. But if you want something lighter, with sharper clicks and a more modern feel, I think you should definitely take a look at the Lamsu Inca first, which looks like it's almost the exact same shape as the Zowie. However, for me the ZA13 feels dependable and definitely comfortable to use, and while it's not perfect, it's a mouse I know I can trust, especially in tactical shooters like Valorant. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the review and make sure to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.